When I was 4 years old, my family moved to Vietnam because my father was a missionary, and so we set up a church there. Lived there for about 5 years until the war broke out, and in 1975 we found ourselves literally overnight packing up and moving back to the country I was born. My father didn't make it. He was captured by communists, and for about a year he was imprisoned while my family lived off of charity. My mother, who had no skills, couldn't find a job, had to beg for charities and churches and others to help our family out. And for about a year we lived in different people's homes, asking for help in a way that my mother never thought she would have to do. And we see that over and over and over in Fairfax County. Thousands of our neighbors find themselves homeless through no fault of their own because of a layoff, economic downturn, or other medical crises. And those are the people that Family Pass helps.
My husband at the time left me with pretty much no financial means. I was working full-time, but at that time I was working as a receptionist. I didn't have the financial stability to take care of me and my son. He left me an apartment that I could not afford by myself. It was very stressful. I was very depressed. I really had no one.
So the recession hit and they ended up closing my department. And I was making really good money taking care of my son in daycare, which was more than my rent. So it impacted me because, he's my only child and it's just him and I. Where am I gonna go? How am I gonna look for a job? And that's where everything started to change.
The cost of living was so high that eviction letters kept coming. I could never get ahead. Thought that it would break me and tear me to pieces. There was times where I was wondering what I was going to feed my kids. I called my aunt. My aunt lives in a one-bedroom apartment. It's me and my daughter, and it was couch or air mattress. It was never a comfortable situation. I didn't want my daughter to be raised on a couch. I had to do something different. I had to be better than what the society said I could be. I had to be more than what the stereotype said of a teenage mother.
As wealthy as Fairfax County is, it really doesn't take a lot for somebody to find themselves in homelessness. And we're not talking about just people that have low income or difficult time affording their homes. These are people that can be making a good middle-class life, but as you know, in Fairfax County we're so close to the federal government. When the federal government has sustained long-term shutdowns, or if the economy turns in a way where the contracts and subcontracts are lost, you find that even middle-class families, moms and dads who are working really hard, find that they have a hard time maintaining a cost of living based on the housing that we have and all the expenses that we have in Northern Virginia. So they actually end up moving into shelters, and some of them are too embarrassed to admit it, but they end up living in their friends' homes. They sleep on other people's couches until they feel that they can get back on their feet again.
Studies show that in Fairfax County alone, there are over 20,000 families that are on the verge of homelessness.
That's where Family Pass comes into play. We work with families that are on that verge of homelessness, hardworking, productive people, yet need to upgrade their skills to be able to make a living wage, to be able to live in this county with the high cost of housing that we have here.
Family Pass has been amazing. They set me up with food banks. They helped me up with some bills that I couldn't meet. They were also there to give me help with creating a budget. And that was really helpful because my financial advisor did put me on a strict budget. It was successful. During my divorce, I did have a car, but it got repossessed. Family Pass also connected me with Vehicles for Change, and I was able to get a car and was able to get me from work to home. Family Pass has been amazing in helping me get my HR management certifications through George Mason, which got me into a wonderful career.
Having Family Pass, just be supportive and offering everything just really changed our life. Good things started to happen. With me, I was able to find another position. You have people like Sue, who's amazing, and she was able to be a great listener, be a great support system, let you know that there's other opportunities out there, there's other resources out there that you weren't even aware of. Because you're so focused in your little bubble with all your problems or, your inconsistencies that you don't know what to do and you can't get out.
They teach you so much, and its main thing is getting you stable. It's getting you stable, but not only getting you stable, it's actually getting you to the point that you can strive, that you're no longer just existing, but that you're living. But without the first steps, I don't know if I would have seen it. I don't know if I would have seen it at all.
We all know that it's very expensive to live here because of the cost of living the houses, the transportation, the amount of traffic that we have that forces us to have to take cars everywhere we go. A family of 4 in Northern Virginia needs at least a minimum of $70,000 a year to maintain a certain lifestyle. That's twice the amount of minimum wage, and yet many families aren't able to afford that, and so many of them end up in our shelters.
But where it really helped was with my son. He was able to go into a daycare when he wasn't reading really well. We were able to put him in a reading program. But the most impactful thing that really was profound for us is all the summer camps, because I had to work, and where was I gonna put him? What could I afford? You know, that was just hard. I mean, it's not cheap, especially in this area. Fast forward, he is now, 13 years old. He's in his math honors class. He loves science. He's excelling in school. He wouldn't have been able to do that if he didn't get the foundations at a young age to go to these camps. Being with Family Pass, now I have the opportunity to have peace of mind where I can just be me now. I don't have to have those worries and stress and concerns and where am I going to live, how am I going to provide. I'm able to just be me again.
It's essential to make sure that every family has the privilege and the satisfaction and stability to secure housing for themselves and their families in Fairfax County.
For $7,500, Family Pass can prevent a family of 4 from becoming homeless. That's why we need you to help us prevent homelessness.
We together can create change.
So we have tremendous caseworkers, we have a great program. They've had a tremendous amount of success working with clients who, like we've heard in this video, who are really trying to make it work and who come through our program really successfully and end up being able to find a home for their family and upgrade their skills. But we can only do that with help from a lot of people, and that's why we're here today, is really to ask for your help so that we can continue to help the families of Fairfax County.
Homelessness is not something that people should be ashamed of or embarrassed about, and certainly not something that society should look down upon. There are many of us, just like you and me, who can find ourselves homeless temporarily on the long term, just based on our financial and economic situations. At least a third of the homeless in Fairfax County are children under the age of 18. They attend school with my children. In some of the wealthiest parts of Fairfax County, you'll see them because their families are just facing trouble. And yet they still need to maintain their schools, and they need to be able to have 3 good meals a day, and they need a place to take a shower and clean up every night, and to do homework. And so we need to change the perception of what a homeless person looks like in Fairfax County. All of us as residents of this community, we need to embrace the idea that all of us belong here, that we are living in one Fairfax County, and that we should do everything we can to reach out to them.
I was able to go from making $20,000, $25,000 a year to now making $55K a year, and it feels so good to know that I achieved that. Yes, it's tight, but I can make everything. I can make my bills. I have nothing that's delinquent. It's a wonderful success for me to be where I am now.
I don't know where I'd have been. I've got savings accounts now. I never thought that I would have a savings account with money in it. OMG. Family Pass started all this. I thank them. I am truly grateful to have embraced me, and they've helped me to learn and grow.
Recently, I received the Humanitarian Award through my dedication, commitment, and just caring towards my coworkers. And they have actually acknowledged that. This is my award. I feel like I won an Oscar, but I'm very humbled. But Family Pass just helped me be me. I now, have faith and believe in myself that I can do anything. So thank you, Family Pass. This is for you.